All right, this is question number 3 on the math homework number 5 for geometry class. So this question is asking, find the perimeter of the figure below. Remember to add up all the sides once you find x and y. So perimeter, we know, is all of the outside of the shape. So we would have to add 38 plus whatever y is, plus 6 plus 20, 2x, 28x, 16x, and 19 to get the perimeter. Before we can do that, we need to figure out what is y and what is x, because those are all over the place. Let's start with y, because that one's going to be a lot easier. When I solve these type of problems, I figure out what is the long length that little pieces add up to. So I know that y is my long length, and this horizontal piece, this one, and this one all add up to y. So I'm going to make an equation over here. I'm going to say y equals, so all of this, y equals these little pieces added together. So my first piece over here, 20 plus 28 plus 16 plus 19. If I add those together, let me move the camera so that I can add them on the side here. I'm going to do 20, we'll do it over here. 20, 28, 16, and 19. So 0 plus 8 is 8. 8 plus 6 would be 14. And 14 plus 9 would be 23. I'm going to carry the 2. Drop my 3 down below. 2 plus 2 is 4. Plus 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. So added together, we know that y equals 83. So down here I can label, instead of this y, I can cross it out and put 83. And I've got my y. The only other thing I need now is my x values. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find the long side that the little pieces add up to. So here's my long side, 38. And then the little pieces that add up to 38 would be all the vertical sides. 6, 2x, this one is 2x, not 20. X right here, and x right here. So my long side, 38, equals, and then my little pieces, 6 plus 2x plus x and x. So now I'm going to combine all of my like terms. Over here I have an integer, and then I have a variable, and a variable. So if I have 3 variables, I can go ahead and combine those first. 2x plus x plus x. Anytime you see an integer all by, or a variable all by itself, it has a 1 in front of it. So we can say this is 2x, 1x, and 1x. 2 plus 1 would be 4. So that combines into 4x. I'm going to carry down my 6, carry down my equal sign, carry down my 38. Now I have an integer on this side, an integer on this side, and a variable on this side. I want to combine my 2 integers. I cannot move my integer over here to the other side. If there's only one thing left over, you want to move from this side over here. So I need to do the opposite of this 6. We know that this is a positive 6 because it doesn't have a negative sign in front of it. So that if this is a positive 6, the opposite of plus 6 would be minus 6. So I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides. This cancels out. 38 minus 6 is going to be 32. And I'm left with over here 4x. 4x divided by 4 on both sides. This we know is multiplication. So if we have multiplication and then we have division, that's going to cancel out. And I'm left with x over here and 32 divided by 4. 32 divided by 4 would be 8. So if I know x is 8, I can come over here and say this x is going to be 8. This x is going to be 8. And this one right here, 2x, we said that anytime we have a number touching a variable, it's multiplication. We know what x is, so we could translate this into 2 times, what did we say x was? 8. So this is going to be 2 times 8, which would be 16. So this side is 16. It seems like we've done a lot of work, but we're not done with the problem yet. The question is asking, find the perimeter. Perimeter means that we have to have all the outsides added together. So what I'm going to have you do on your own is take your calculator and type in 38 plus 83 plus 6 plus 20 plus this side we said was 16 plus 28 plus 8 for this vertical side plus 16 plus another 8 for this vertical side and then plus 19. The biggest mistake that I see people make on this is that they add some of the numbers but not all. So as you're adding these on your calculator, what I would be doing on your paper is putting a little check mark next to them once you put them in your calculator. If you put 38 in your calculator, check mark. If you put 83 in your calculator, check mark. If you put 6 in your calculator, check mark. Check them off as you go so that you don't accidentally forget like this 8 or forget this 16. So I'm going to let you do the math on that one with your calculator. That will be your answer for perimeter. Once you get that, go ahead and write a nice sentence down below. The perimeter of this shape is blank.